have to make a video today. I have to make a video. So Donald Trump and all the news, guys, we're living the Trump era. Man, there's a big factor, Trump. So we see Trump all over the place on my ideas lately, and he's there for a reason. So let's put things together and let's decode the Trump factor and what it means for Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin has reclaimed the most important level. So that major all-time trend line that has been reclaimed today on Trump news. But let's go over the Trump news and see what we have. So Donald Trump, 50% tariffs on India. President Modi says, hey, India is going to fight back tariffs. So we put it on the left side, problems. Trump has said the pharmaceutical tariffs could go to 250. Problems. President Trump says the Fed governor decision will be made and he wants to change the problems. President Trump plans to meet in person with Russia's President Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky, while Europeans have to pay for arms, etc. Well, problems. China and India, the BRICS against Trump, problems. Fund managers are the most bearish on the US dollar in 20 years, problems. So, problems with Apple. President Trump officially announces 600 billion Apple investment plan to bring manufacturing facilities to the US. He's trying to bring it to the US, but hey, can the US produce a cheap iPhone like in China? Problems. And then there's this. President Trump to sign executive order allowing cryptocurrencies, well, his favorite child, and I'm going to put it on the right side of the equation. So problems, 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 Trumponomics, as we say in Greek, Trampokatastasi. There's a situation of Trump. So it's the trumpet, but also he's the tramba. Uh, he's Donald Trump, guys. Either you like him or not, he is rolling the dice right now. And this brings me back to the chart because it's the chart that does the talking. So he did boost Bitcoin with the 401k crypto talk. I think it's going to be news. Let's have it confirmed. But I want you to look at this. Okay, posted a few days ago. Bitcoin versus the S&P 500. The ratio signals strength, and the chart favors Bitcoin. Okay, so this was posted 6 days ago. I'm going to take you to the same chart. That's Bitcoin versus S&P 500. Okay, and I like my charts because that's what I do. I trade based on my charts, and you can see that little wick over here. Let me get this out of the way. We don't need that. So with all the problems that we have been experiencing and discussing, okay, and with the Trump situation that I have just described to you, the negative side, which could affect markets, could affect governments, could affect global trade, but at the same time, on the right side, it's Bitcoin that I see. Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's why I put the two biggest one. And likely this news, that can benefit other major cryptocurrencies like Solana, XRP, Cardano, etc. Okay. Yes, actually, the Bitcoin dominance is rising today, but the most important chart for me is this Bitcoin versus S&P 500. And that's why I posted it a few days ago, because that's what I see. Guys, this period I've been hedged with S&P short, and for all good reasons. I have shared with you. I'm not saying that it's going to drop, guys. Yeah, but I did share with you that resistance. You see my idea right there at the very top, 6,433. Yes, the S&P might attempt already. You saw it found the support there. I'm not saying it cannot break higher. What I am saying is that as a trader, I'm looking to hedge. I'm looking to get a grip, to get an edge over the market through my chart. And the chart which I have been using is this one, which favors Bitcoin versus S&P 500. I have a lot more charts like this with altcoins versus S&P 500 and so on. But I'm not going to stick to this one, which is good enough. and also it's the evolution of the system, but at the same time it's the situation as it is unfolding. The U.S. Is under pressure. It's under pressure from India now, like an ally, I would say. Yes. So uh, China has gained supremacy over quite a few things. Like technologically, the Chinese, they don't copy paste anymore; they copy paste better. But now the Indians, Powell, there is war. ChatGPT created an Asian figure here. I hope the war doesn't move there. It should be like I don't know, Zelensky would be the right one to be, or Netanyahu. We have war in two major places in Ukraine and in Gaza, in Israel. So we have the Palestinians. We have bad situations going on in the world, not only on the geopolitical level, but also in America. You saw here how the news about the dollar. The fund managers are the most bearish on the U.S. dollar. So we spoke about other things. Let's add this to the mix now. Just reminded me, sharp and massive sell-off on U.S. bonds. Okay, none of this is good for the US. But what card is the US playing right now? Trump is playing right now. Okay, Powell is with the US as well, but he's not playing along with Trump. So it's all problems from the dollars to the bonds. There is no geopolitical stability right now. The world is changing. There is no confidence in the dollar. There's no confidence in America as the world leader right now. Okay. And Trump is fighting back with crypto. How things are going to end and what's going to happen? Well, history will know, but I'm not a historian of the future and I do not have the magic crystal ball to tell you what's going to happen. What I can tell you is that the situation right now, I have a chart that Bitcoin has reclaimed the biggest level. You can see uh, the level that we are referring to. So many times we have referred to that level, guys. Here we go. The where can Bitcoin go? So many parts, so many repetitions, but we have reclaimed today that massive level, which is huge news for Bitcoin, and it's huge news for crypto as well, because he's talking about crypto, not just Bitcoin. So we have those, we have the news, we have the charts, and first of all, and last of all, I'm gonna leave you with this. My expectation is for Bitcoin to overperform S&P 500, and the news that are coming out in these 6 days since I posted that is crypto favorite and everything else troubles. So take care and stay safe.